We all know that if more of our ideal customers knew who we were, it would help our business, right? This is just common sense. And that's really the whole point of building a personal brand as an entrepreneur, right? Making sure that more of our ideal customers know who we are and want to do business with us. So then why do so many entrepreneurs struggle to build a personal brand that grows their business? Okay, there are two big reasons. So keep watching and I'm gonna walk you through both of them, and they're ridiculously common. And I'll also provide some strategies with how to solve each of them so that you can overcome this and build a strong personal brand that grows your business. Hi, I am Kasey Jones. I'm a personal branding and thought leadership coach to entrepreneurs of all kinds. I empower them to harness the strength of what makes them different, to build their authority as experts in their industry and create high growth businesses with impact. So if you're ready to become known as an expert in your industry so that you can build an incredible business that has a real impact on your community and your life, then click to subscribe so you can be notified every time I share a new video, which is 2 times a week. And if you want to learn how you can leverage being a podcast guest to skyrocket your personal brand and grow your business, click the link in the description of this video and get my 100% free copy and paste formula to start landing podcast interviews in under an hour. So the number one reason why entrepreneurs struggle to build a personal brand that grows their business is fear. Plain and simple. I've coached dozens of entrepreneurs and recently interviewed another over 50 entrepreneurs specifically about their challenges with personal branding. And every single one was dealing with fear. Now, they didn't always call it that. Sometimes they talked about how they were just very private people, or they explained that they don't like to brag. Sometimes they said, well, they just really prefer to be humble. And every now and then, well, no, they all kind of said this, they also talked about they just didn't have the time. But the deeper I dug, the clearer it became that they were afraid of what might happen if they put themselves out there. What would people think? What if they made a mistake? What if people made fun of them? And I 100% get it. When you've been taught all your life that it's tacky or rude to draw attention to yourself, it's hard to adapt to an understanding that there is a way of putting yourself out there that is more about adding value to the world than it is about being the center of attention. And it's that shift in mindset that helps us overcome our own fears and doubts to share ourselves with the world and do it in a way that has a positive impact on our community and the people we want to serve and on our business. Okay, it's not about likes, views, or popularity. It's not about you trying to be the next Kim Kardashian. Okay, it's about giving to the world something that no one else can. One of the things that this type of person often says to me about why they don't work on becoming better known for what they do and for their business and all these other things is they say, well, I don't like to brag. And I'm guessing if you're watching this, that you don't like to brag either, that the idea of, putting yourself out online and going on social media and just talking about how great you are just feels uncomfortable. Am I right? And I get it. I don't either. Like hell, I can't even take a compliment without being super awkward about it. So let me ask you this. You probably have at least a handful of thought leaders in your industry that you follow online, whose content you find really valuable and who in general you respect and maybe even admire. You might have these people that you think, God, I love how they do it, or I wish I could be like that. Do they ever brag? I'll bet they don't. No, what they do is they share. They share stories of their lives. They share lessons that they've learned, ideas that they're pondering, failures they've overcome. And sure, sometimes they share achievements, but the way they share it isn't bragging. It's sharing. And because they've created this relationship with you from their social media platforms, it's almost like you sharing in the win, you sharing in their celebration when good things do happen, when they do make amazing things happen. That's the point. It is sharing, not bragging. And now think about the impact that content has on you. The way it makes you think about your own life and your own work, inspires you to strive for more, teaches you things you wouldn't learn otherwise, maybe even makes you feel just a little less alone in the world or a little more inspired to do what you need to do or what you want to do. And what if you could do that for someone? Here's the thing, I don't care where you are in your journey, you are an expert to someone. You see, your blend of background, skills, passions, challenges, and successes, that whole blend is unique to you. No one else has the same makeup. They might have parts of it, but it doesn't all come together in the same way and in the same package. Which means that when you talk about your journey, what you've learned, what you're working towards, it's going to land in a way that it never has before and never will again when it's coming from someone else. It's going to speak to someone out there for whom similar content just never has. You sharing yourself with the world could make the difference between someone kind of like you giving up and them continuing to press forward. And when you keep that someone in your mind, facing your fears becomes a whole lot easier. So tell me, if you're an entrepreneur struggling to build your personal brand, what's the biggest challenge you're facing? Share in the comments and let's start a dialogue about how we can all support one another to grow. And I'm going to challenge all of you, when you see those other comments, go like and follow those people, okay? Let's all support one another, because this whole experience becomes a lot more fun when it's about relationships and helping. Okay, so now we've covered the number one reason why people don't get started in trying to build their personal brand. But what's the biggest reason they struggle to build one that actually has a positive impact on their business? Okay, so once they've said, I want to do this thing, what's holding them back then? And really the big reason is they don't know what they're doing. And I know that sounds super obvious, but let me explain. It's not that they don't know the tactics. There's a 1,000,001 blog posts out there that'll tell you how all of these different little things, right? But that really isn't the point. It's not about how you post online or how to write the perfect LinkedIn post or how to edit a video. It's about none of that. Too many people move right to those kinds of tactics and really skip over the strategy that makes it all worth it. And we've already talked a little about this, but there are two key questions you need to answer to figure this out for yourself, to create that strategy that makes all of those little tactics that you're going to learn in all these other places actually worthwhile. So first one is, who are you talking to? Okay, whom do you serve? What audience are you trying to reach? You need to decide for yourself who matters to you and your business. And way too often, I see entrepreneurs talking to other people like them and not talking to their customers. And I use this example all the time, but a client I was working with, they run a product development agency, and everything they were doing was talking to other product experts, to developers and product managers, and that's not who they sell to. And so they were super frustrated that, yeah, it helped them build relationships, but it wasn't helping their business at all. And that's because they were talking to the wrong audience. So think about your ideal customer. Who are they? What do they care about? Where do they congregate online? Who else do they follow? What content do they consume? What challenges do they have? What problems are they trying to solve? What are their hopes and dreams? And how can you help them? Okay, and now number two, this is kind of the fun part. What do you want to be known for? I think all the time about that Maya Angelou quote where she says, and I'm going to butcher it, no one will remember what you said, they won't remember what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. So how do you want your audience to feel? How do you want to make them feel? If you can answer these two questions, whom are you trying to serve and how do you want to make them feel? You can craft a personal branding and social media strategy that is simple and effective. Everything flows from the answer to those two questions. So here's what I recommend. Spend some time thinking through those two questions and let me know how it goes. Share in the comments once you kind of get going on this. I can almost guarantee that if you can overcome your fear, know whom you want to serve, and define how you want to make them feel, the rest will flow naturally. And if you'd like some help answering those two questions, download my free guide, 5 Easy Steps to Unapologetically Build a Powerful Personal Brand. The link is in the description of this video, and it'll get you started on this journey. There's lots more tips in there. And if this video was at all helpful to you, please hit the like button, share in the comments what you liked most about this video, and please subscribe to the channel.